Good morning, researchers. You are welcome in my YouTube channel, My Research Guide. In this video, we will discuss the few important concepts for publication in Scopus and SCI journals. So first of all, it is very important to know about the main hurdles for publication in the indexed journals or the good journals. At the beginning, we will discuss how our paper is processed when we submit to any reputed journals. So once a author submit the paper in the journal, so first of all, the paper will handled by the editor. So at this initial stage, editor check the basic requirement of the journal. Like in your paper, formatting should be as per the journal requirement. Professional language, style of referencing, style of citation, proper structure of the paper, and scope of your paper, or you can say your research topic, your research area must be mapped with the scope of the journal. So these are the basic requirement checked at the initial stage by the handling editor. Once the paper qualify, or you can say fulfill all the basic requirement of the journal, then editor invite the reviewers for that particular manuscript. Otherwise, if your paper is not met all the requirement that are the basic requirement of the journal, then it is directly rejected by the journal. So when we are thinking of for a publication in the good journal, so we have to check the basic requirement of the particular paper. So you have to format your paper as per the requirement of the journal. Then suppose our paper have all the essential you can say formatting, language, or other constraint or other requirement of the paper, then we can say editor invite the reviewers, and once the reviewer accept the invitation of the editor for review our article, so then the paper is sent to the reviewer. And for a journal, there may be minimum 2 reviewer for your paper. Maximum may be up to 5, 6. That is depend upon the standard of the journal. But minimum 2 reviewer review your papers. And generally, the review process is take 4 weeks. It may be less than the 4. That is totally depend upon the reviewer. But generally it take 4 weeks. It may be more than 4 weeks, but this is the average time of the most of journal, minimum 4 weeks. And reviewer review your article and then give the recommendation on the basis of their particular point of the judgment, on the basis of quality, on the basis of novelty, on the basis of content, or what new value you are adding in the scientific community by your paper. On the basis of the few parameter, reviewer give the recommendation to the editor on your paper. After collection of all the comments, all the recommendation from invited reviewers, the editor take the decision on your paper. If reviewer give the recommendation against your paper, then it will be rejected. And if the reviewer give the recommendation in the favor of your paper, then there may be two stages. One is the accepted with the revision, or revision may be minor or the major as per the recommendation. Because once the reviewer call for the revision, it not meant that your paper is accepted. You have to revise your article as per the comments, and you have to resubmit again. And again the paper is we can say follow the same process. Editor call the reviewers, the paper will send to the reviewer, and then reviewer give the recommendation. They may accept if you justify all the queries raised in the earlier review. Otherwise they may reject, or they may send for the second revision. But on the basis of the reviewer recommendation, editor accept the paper. And after acceptance, it you can say forward it to the press. So for the publication, for editing, for formatting as per the journal standards. So this is the basic concept, and discussion of this process is very important, because when we are submitting our paper for a good journal, then we have to maintain the quality, we have to follow the journal instruction, and we have to add the something new that is not exist in the scientific community, and by our paper we are adding some new knowledge to the scientific community. That is very important, because good journals are looking for the something new from your researches. Next, what the reviewer looking for? Because a reviewer check the quality of your paper, reviewer check the novelty of your paper. So there is four thing reviewer are looking for: importance of the hypothesis. What is the importance of the hypothesis you are discussing in your paper? What is the originality of your research work? They need the clear progression throughout the paper, and they need the well presented content. Generally, most of researchers have the good research work, but they fail to present their research in the good manner. That's why they are not publishing their paper in the good, or you can say in reputed journals. From this graph, or you can say presentation, it is very clear there is two parameters. One is the novelty, and second one is the technical quality. In any paper, if the novelty is poor and technical quality is poor, then the paper will be rejected. But on the other hand, if your paper have the good quality and good novelty, then it will be accepted. And other two cases where the paper have the sufficient novelty but there is lack of quality, then it is a case of revision. The paper will be sent back to the author for improve the quality of the paper. And if the paper have the sufficient technical quality but there is some lack of novelty, then again it will be sent for the revision to improve the novelty, to add the novelty in the work. And once the author ensure the novelty as well as the technical quality in the paper, then it will be accepted. Now, next thing is the peer review. Because these days we are receiving frequently messages in the social websites or any researcher groups or through emails regarding the fast publication within 2 days, publication within week, pay and publish, like this. So what they are doing, because when we are publishing our paper or we are thinking to publish our paper in the good journals, they follow the peer review process. Means the particular journal have reviewers, and once you submit your paper to them, then they will send the paper to the reviewers, and reviewer will determine the quality of your paper, validity of your research, significance of your research, and what is the originality in your research work. The reviewer check the overall importance, implication of your study. So the peer review help to determine the quality, validity, significance, and originality of your research work. The peer review process help to improve the quality of papers. And generally publishers are outside the academic process, so there is no interference, or you can say there is no bias. The papers are accepted on the basis of the quality and the novelty. Publisher facilitate the review process by investing the online review system. They provide the sufficient tool to the editor and the reviewer to check the quality of the paper, to check the quality of your research work. Because the journal space is very precious, they need some good quality of research in their database. So if we are submitting some content or our paper with the quality and the novelty, then they will definitely accept. There may be some chance of the improvement, but they will definitely accept. So we should focus on the quality work and novelty research. Now, one more thing is important when we are writing the papers for the good journals: authorship. Because there is a big conflict when we are submitting our paper as a scholar or as a researcher. So who should be the first author, who should be the co-author in your paper, who should include, who should exclude from the authorship? So this is the you can say thing we have to discuss. So as a first author, the first author in a paper may be supervisor or the research scholar who conducts the research or who supervise the research. He or she can capable to present or interpret the results of that particular research paper. And for the co-author, the person who makes the intellectual contribution in the preparation of the paper or during your research work. He or she may review your papers and must be able to present the result, defend the implication, and discuss the limitation of the study. So you can include such a person as a co-author. And for the corresponding author, the person, or you can say the author who is dealing with the publication process with the journal. So you can put the corresponding author. And there is two abuses in the authors, so we should avoid. First is the ghost author, leaving out a person who have contributed in your research work, but you have not included such person, so that is the ghost author. And these days there is so many gift authors, means including a person who have not contributed significantly in your research paper. So try to avoid these ghost authors and the gift author. If a person have sufficient contribution in your research work, never you can say leave out such authors, and never include any person who have not contributed in the research. So try to follow the authorship in the well manner. Now, when you are doing the research, so how to process the writing work, how to build the article? So what would be the best way to draft the article during the research? So in my opinion, first of all, as we all know that during the research work we have the raw data about our research. So we should prepare the figures and tables from the research database. As the raw material, or you can say raw data, cannot be used directly in the papers. So we have to present the extracted information during the research in the table format or any picture. So first of all, draw the pictures, figure or the tables from the data. Then start writing the methodology and the result section. Result section always follow the sequence of the methodology section. So write the step by step. And after completion of the methodology and the result section, start writing the discussion. And during the discussion part, never forget to support your outcome with the literature. And after writing this part, go for the introduction. And parallelly, you can draw some conclusion. And after completion of the conclusion and the introduction, finalize the title, abstract, and keywords. So this may be the better way to write the research article. And we can complete the paper in the lesser time. Each and every component of the paper would be effective. Now, keep writing the research paper. There is few, you can say, tips we can follow during writing the research papers, because generally scholars do that, they define some deadlines. Suppose they start writing from today, and they set a limit like in this month we will complete the one research paper, in this month we will write this part. So I think we should as a scholar we should make a habit to write. So try to write every day. Create a best environment for writing work. Use the small step and shorter deadlines. create a outline of your work to complete within the time, and break down the papers into the section or separate document so that you can complete the sections within the time. Being drafting some parallel conclusion. When you are writing your methodology section, result section, and discussion, try to draw some parallel conclusion. Ensure whether you have covered all the stories, all the messes, all the outcome of your study, and never get discouraged. Keep going, because once you have written your paper and you have submitted to journal, so there may be some chances of the rejection, there may be some chances of the revision. Sometimes the paper is rejected at the very earlier stage by the journals without any comment. So never get discouraged. Try to improve every time and submit to the another good journal. And reward yourself after the completion of the publication. So make this habit, and you can write more paper and you will be able to publish in the good journals. One more thing is there, when we are doing the research, so how we came to know that our research work is sufficient to write the paper? So how to check? So there is 2 or 3 parameters we have illustrated here. If your work is original, means your results are original, your methods are original. Significant enhancement of the published work, means your research is adding something new knowledge to the existing work. And up to date review of the particular topic you have completed. Then you can say, yes, our work is advanced in our field and we have sufficient information to write the paper. And on the other hand, if your work is outdated, if you have drawn the incorrect conclusion of your research, and there is some already publication, there is some literature is available on your research, means similar research has been conducted earlier, then we can say in your research work there is no scientific interest, so you have to add some novelty. You have to show that how your research work is different from the existing one. So on the basis of these parameters, we can analyze that we should go for publication or not. So judge your work on these parameters and start writing if you feel that your work is advanced in your research domain. Now, suppose you have done this task and you feel that your work is advanced. So which type of the article you should choose? So we have included 3 types of the papers. First is the full article, and full article is the substantial, complete research. So complete in the sense your research work is sufficient to write a full length paper, right? If you have something you can say thrilling result, or your result that is extraordinary in your field, and you want to communicate such type of the result very earlier to the researcher community, then you have to go for the letters or the short communication. There is so many journals, they call the short communications, means they just publish the thrilling results, the extraordinary outcomes. And On the other hand, if you are not active in the research, or at present if you do not have sufficient outcome in your research work to publish the research paper, then try to write the review paper. So review papers are generally the summary of the already existing literature on your specific topic. So try to write the review paper. Never stop the writing. Try to write. And at the initial stage of the doctorate or the master, every researcher should go for the review paper, because the review papers, once you publish the review papers, review paper got cited more, so you will get more citation, that will increase your profile, impact of your profile. And the same review paper you can use for your literature review chapter in the thesis also. So my recommendations are to go for the review paper on each and every topic of your research domain. So thank you for watching this video. Subscribe this channel to get the similar videos.